Welcome, everyone, to The Explainer. I am so thrilled you're joining me today. We're going to be deconstructing a truly charming and honestly a highly effective piece of source material called Little Yogis, A Journey of Strength and Balance. Whether you're a parent, maybe an educator, or just someone who's genuinely interested in the nuts and bolts of mindfulness, you're going to love this. This routine is a remarkably well-designed sequence. We're going to set the stage right now and look closely at exactly how a mere 10 minutes can be perfectly engineered to build both physical strength and a really deep mental calm in young minds.
Okay, let's dive into this. Looking at the timeline of this 10-minute flow, notice how this structure creates a literal and psychological journey. It's like a perfectly planned little adventure. We start right down on the floor at 0 minutes with intention setting. Then we slowly work our way up to a gentle warm-up, hit this fantastic, energetic standing peak with the strong triangle and flower shape balance right around the halfway mark, and then we gently, safely descend back down to the mat for a seated fold rest and closing breaths. It's just a complete, perfectly symmetrical arc. So, to guide our analysis today, here's our class schedule for the explainer. We'll walk through the routine chronologically. First, setting the intention. Second, the gentle warm-up. Third, finding strength and balance. And finally, winding down to rest. Let's start right at the beginning. Section 1, setting the intention. Think of this initial phase as laying the absolute crucial groundwork, really calming the nervous system before any real movement even starts. Now, what's really interesting about this is the core pacing mechanic of the entire routine, the breath cycle. The creator's notes explicitly instruct the host to speak slowly, leaving generous pauses that allow the children 3 to 5 deep breaths per shape. These pauses, they aren't just filler, no way. They are the true, sweet engine of this 10-minute routine. It literally forces a slowing down of the body right out of the gate. Take this incredibly simple, tactile instruction from the host. By asking them to press their hands together, it immediately centers the child. They're actively doing something with their bodies that draws all that scattered, bouncing off the walls attention directly inward. This simple pressing of palms perfectly introduces the overarching goal of the session, to feel strong, brave, and happy. From there, the host provides these precise initial grounding cues. You're told to lengthen the spine from the tailbone all the way up to the top of the head. Keep the lower back long and natural, trying your best not to round it. And, this is a big one, let the neck stay soft and relaxed. It establishes a safe, mindful, and physically sound foundation. Essentially, you are grounded before you grow. Moving right along to Section 2, the gentle warm-up. This is where we gently transition off the floor. We're picking up the physical energy just a little bit, but still maintaining that incredibly soft, inviting atmosphere. I absolutely love the language used here. As the children take a deep breath and dive down, they are told, stay comfortable and soft in your body as you fold forward. This comforting little instruction does something absolutely vital. It completely removes performance anxiety. Kids are explicitly told they don't even have to touch their toes if they can't reach. It is all about comfort, not perfection. Suddenly, the focus shifts entirely to feeling the mechanics of the body and space. The host tells them, let gravity do the work. The child feels their legs staying connected to the floor while their fingertips just rest gently on the mat. By reminding them that they are fully supported by the floor, it allows their little bodies to feel incredibly quiet, relaxed, and safe. And right here, deep in this relaxing forward fold, we hit the number 4. The host uses exactly 4 big, quiet breaths here, 4 generous pauses to let the child fully, completely experience this calming physical state before moving on. They aren't rushing to the next pose, they are just sinking into the calm. Section 3, finding strength and balance. And this brilliantly illustrates the shift we're taking into the energetic peak of the routine. Notice the active shift in the routine's dynamics here. We just came from a resting pose where the cue was to stay comfortable and soft, right? But now, as the children roll up into a wide-legged stance, the language actively shifts to stay strong and steady. By empowering the vocabulary, the host actively shifts the child's psychological mindset from passive relaxation to active, steady strength. It's subtle, but it's brilliant. In this powerful, wide-legged triangle shape, we hit the number 5. 5 deep breaths are held during this demanding, expansive shape. And notice the physical care taken here too. The kids are instructed to keep their eyes looking forward or slightly down. Why do that? To protect their long neck while they hold this strong, slightly unsteady pose.
From that strong base, the routine introduces the absolute peak of our timeline, the flower shape balance challenge. The physical mechanics break down perfectly. Press your supporting arm firmly into the floor, turn the lifted knees slightly outward to open the hip, and then open your body gently like a flower. It takes a highly abstract, sometimes frustrating concept like balance and teaches it through playful, sun-soaked imagery that a kid can instantly grasp. But hey, what happens if they lose that balance? The host says, if you wobble, just plant your roots and try again. So the crucial point is how gracefully this handles failure. It totally normalizes wobbling. By calling their hands and feet roots, it turns a mistake into just another part of the playful nature of growing. It's building emotional resilience in young minds right alongside physical balance. Which brings us to our final phase, Section 4, winding down to rest. After that energetic peak, we begin our quiet, calming descent back down to the mat. The seated fold shape breaks down into specific physical actions that yield very direct psychological results. By gently bringing the forehead toward the legs, they're cued to feel calm. By lifting the forearms upwards slightly off the floor, they feel grounded. And by making the spine long from hands to hips, they feel centered. As they sit back on their heels, these physical actions of this cozy little shape directly trigger deep psychological calm. Once again, we see the magic number 5. The routine returns to 5 deep, peaceful breaths to let the children fully rest and recharge in their folded position. The symmetry of these breathing cycles brings the physical journey beautifully, seamlessly, full circle. Finally, the children roll upward from the mat. They're instructed to take one final giant breath in and let it all out, feeling strong, brave, and quiet. The host asks them to press their hands together one last time to feel balanced and focused. It's an elegant, grounding callback to the very first intention we set at the start of our 10 minutes. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this thought. If simply opening up like a flower or taking 5 quiet breaths can completely transform a child's day, how much could our adult routines benefit from returning to the imaginative simplicity of a little yogi? Sometimes the most profound strength and balance don't come from super complex routines. They come from planting our roots, taking a breath, and just allowing ourselves to be soft. Thank you so much for joining me, and I really hope you take some of this balance into your own day.